to my channel. If you're new here, hello, my name is Kay. I'm a professional home organizer and soprano here in the Boston area, and I'm here to inspire you to live a more organized life. Today, I'd like to talk about the 5 organizing products, that I find really worth it to purchase or make yourself, either buy or DIY. Over the years, I've recommended to my clients that you don't necessarily need to buy organizing products to finish your process. I still stand by my philosophy that organizing is a lot more about solving problems and decluttering items that no longer serve you, rather than arranging everything in a pretty little matching container. Although if that's part of your process, more power to you. I love it when clients give me the power to do that. However, it is definitely not necessary to achieve your organizing goals. That being said, as a professional organizer, I love organizing products, especially since I spent the first 8 years of my career selling them at the Container Store. I just love them. I fell in love with the process of helping customers solve their little puzzles and problems, and I got to know every single product in the store, and I am a big fan of going shopping at the end of your process. But I do find that there are a number of things that are a little bit superfluous. You don't really need them. But I do have 5 categories of organizing products that you can either buy or DIY to complete your organization product and make your home function and actually make your space look really pretty as well. So let's get into it. Number 1 is actually drawer organizers. For the longest time, I didn't really understand the point of these. I thought they were kind of dumb because I was like, well, if everything's arranged neatly in the drawer, why do I need to divide the space with these little half boxes of things? Why do I need to do that? I thought if you just arranged it neatly, it would solve the problem, but there's something about the drawer organizer that makes your mind totally change about the space. Firstly, also open and closing a drawer frequently can cause stuff to move around, especially if you're in a hurry. You open the drawer really quickly, stuff just gets really out of place. Even then, if you arrange things in a neat kind of way in a drawer, it can still appear really chaotic when you look inside. Like if you're looking for a pair of scissors or even a number of toothpicks, if you're looking at all of these items and they don't have their own defined space, it can be hard for your eye to focus on what you're actually looking for. Secondly, I don't know why this works, I find that having a divided drawer, a divided space, usually prevents people from overfilling the drawer, overfilling the space. There's maybe psychologically there's a little cage or a little fence for items. So people will, especially in concerned to spaces like junk drawers, or as you guys know, I like to refer to it as a utility drawer because I don't like to refer to items in my home as junk. I want to be able to use everything in there. So utility drawer, make note of it. However, I found if there are drawer organizers or drawer dividers in the space, are less prone to just throwing stuff in there and have it just throwing stuff in there on top of one another. I just find that if the space is divided and each little category of items has its own defined space, you're more likely to be more mindful about placing items in their proper places. Dividing a drawer can be as high-end and fancy as bamboo drawer organizers. I love them. I think they're gorgeous. Always get them on sale. Don't pay full price. Or you can go totally budget and use the tops and bottom of boxes. I did this for years. It worked great and it solved my problem. It may not look as cute as the bamboo drawer organizers, but it works really well to solve the problem, define the space for items. And if you can use those for a while, and if one day you want to step up to an actual drawer organizer that you can buy, that's fine. But if you don't care, then you can totally use the tops and bottoms of boxes. They work really well. Apple products, the bottoms and tops of those boxes make exceptional drawer organizers. Don't throw the box away or put it in the recycling. Use it in a drawer. They're good. Number 2 is a cabinet shelf or any kind of riser you can buy or make to divide a space, a space on a shelf, like a cabinet or a closet. This is a wonderful solution in a space like a kitchen where you have this builder cabinet and you have all this vertical space, but you have things of the same category that you'd like to separate, but you don't have a place to put them, especially things like mugs, plates, bowls. You may have a lot of some kind of item, but you might have different sizes, like you have smaller bowls, bigger plates, those kinds of things. So I find if you can put that extra little cabinet shelf in, you can divide the space, you can maximize all of that vertical space in the cabinet, and it's it's not permanent, so you can move it around. You can, based on whether your needs change or not. Some of them I've even seen have adjustable heights, which is really cool. The ones I have don't, but I've seen them around. And if you need to do this on a budget, you can totally just take a crate or any container that is like has its sides on a 90-degree angle, that's a rectangle or a square, and turn it on its side and put it inside the cabinet. That works really well as well. Or if you're really handy and you're a really great crafter or somebody who works in a workshop, you can make one that's out of wood, which is totally amazing quality. You can get all kinds of solutions for your cabinet space. Just, you don't have to buy it, you can DIY it. Cabinet shelves are amazing inside a closet as well. That increases a lot of that vertical space. I find that especially in closets where it's just like one shelf and a rod, and there's like a bunch of space between the ceiling and that top shelf, you can add another cabinet shelf, and you can have extra space for your sweaters if you store sweaters on a shelf, or anything you want to store in there. I find cabinet shelves to be super helpful. Also under the sink, a really great place for cabinet shelves. So I find myself always recommending cabinet shelves in a space when I'm working with a client, especially a kitchen. Kitchen cabinets are really not super practical. You can buy cabinet shelves where you can put on the shelves like this, or you can even have ones that you can hang from the shelf to increase the vertical space below. Pretty cool. You can buy or DIY. Number 3 is custom shelving. Now, I'm probably super biased because for a long time, like 8 or 10 years, I designed custom shelving at the Container Store. I worked also with another company designing custom closets, so I am very partial to custom closets and the benefits that they can bring to your space. Installing custom shelving solutions has always been beneficial to my clients because most builders' grade closets will come with just, again, a shelf and a rod hanging underneath it, which is okay, I guess, for some people, but it can be awkward and not really functional for most people because I find that there's different lengths of hanging clothes. You have short hang, you have long hang, so you can have the long hanging stuff on this side, but then you have your short hanging stuff on this side, and then there's an awkward space between the end of the short hanging and then the floor where maybe you put your shoes, but maybe you don't. There's what do you do with that extra space? So any kind of custom shelving you can do to increase the vertical optimization of that space is going to help you. You don't even have to like install a custom closet. You can just buy some extra shelves, freestanding shelves, just to place in there. And I think that that's so helpful. Again, cabinet shelves, very useful here as well. Another really great benefit of installing a custom shelving solution in a closet or otherwise is it increases the value of your home. If you own a home, I've always upped the value of my home by installing custom closets, and every time I sell, it sells for more. It's very appealing to buyers to have a custom closet, especially if it's an adjustable system like the Alpha system, which you guys know I'm a big fan of, because when that new buyer gets into that home, they can adjust the closet to their needs. They can move stuff around and buy extra parts and pieces. It's very fun. I've actually done it for clients before. They've moved into a space where there's Alpha. They're like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I want to customize this to my needs. And I'm like, okay, let's buy all these things and let's move this stuff here and there. It's kind of like Legos for adults. Super fun. So another great solution is the Alpha freestanding system. You guys know I love that too. It was really an initial cost up front that was pretty substantial. However, I've had that system for over 10 years and it has been a number of different things in different spaces and it looks brand new and has sustained its strength and purpose. So I totally think it's worth it. I always recommend buying on sale. Again, also, if you are handy, you can totally create custom shelving if you can build it. All you need to do is buy brackets, or if you need to build freestanding shelving, you can totally do that. If you're looking for budget custom closet shelving, you can totally go to Home Depot and buy some solutions there. However, I want to warn you that you often get what you pay for when you buy inexpensive solutions from places like Home Depot. I get a lot of phone calls that start with my closet fell down. It's a thing, so just be mindful that you do get what you pay for. Number 4 is not something so much you can DIY, but you can definitely repurpose some items you may already have for this, and that is glass and silicone food storage. I've been in a lot of kitchens in my experience as a professional organizer, and usually when I get to the group of flimsy plastic food storage, they're usually missing lids. Invariably, there's also lids without containers that actually the container part of the container got lost and the lid is somehow still available. And I feel like psychologically they're kind of flimsy, so we don't really take care of them. They get thrown around. The main issues I have with these plastic food storage containers is that, yes, they're inexpensive. And I also have seen a lot of people use takeout containers. You know, when they get takeout, they will reuse the container, which is great. Definitely want to like reuse what is essentially a single-use plastic. However, I have heard that it can be harmful to your health to reheat food in these containers. And that's what we're doing a lot of the time. Maybe some people are taking them out of the container, putting them in a bowl and reheat them. However, I find that they also harbor smells and stains from food, particularly tomato stains and like curry stains. If you've ever had like a curry or any curry powder with like yellow turmeric, that kind of thing will stain and make the inside of the container smell really bad, and you won't be able to get the stains out after a while. After a while of using these containers, I did switch over to glass. Again, initially quite an investment, but I've found that these have held up beautifully over the years. I've never had one hold a stain or a smell because they're glass and easily cleaned. You can definitely heat your food up in a lot of them if they're tempered. Just make sure you check the label when you buy them. I've definitely seen some reuse of mason jars or weck jars to store leftovers, which I think is fantastic. You probably don't want to put those in the microwave or in the oven, but I also highly recommend silicone food storage, mostly in terms of like stasher bags, and rezip bags are the manufactured ones that I have used. I found that they have been really great for keeping like the extra vegetables I cut that I didn't put into the dish into them, or like berries or whatever. They are very expensive up front. I will totally be upfront about that. However, I want to weigh that initial expense against the cost over time of purchasing single-use Ziploc bags and the environmental impact as well. I know that some of you definitely wash and reuse those, which is amazing. Thank you so much. But eventually those lose kind of their utility as well and need to be thrown into the trash. So I definitely, from an environmental standpoint, recommend these silicone bags. You can put them in the microwave, you can put them in boiling water, you can put them in the freezer, you can put them in the fridge. They're amazing. And I found that they don't harbor smells or stains in my experience. The only caveat is they don't really dry very well in the dishwasher. So you gotta hand dry them. But other than that, they're great. Last but not least, the organization project that I usually end up recommending to people and that I think is totally worth the buying or DIYing is cord control. Now, nowadays, a lot of us have all of these electronic products. I know that I, myself, am a creator. I have a ton of cameras, I have a ton of microphones, I have a ton of just basically equipment, computers, all that stuff. And let's not even talk about behind the television, where it is probably a cable nightmare. You don't want to look at that. However, I do feel that purchasing cord control items is always worth it for me. Like, any way I can control the chaos is really fantastic for me. My favorite right now are these little like silicone ones where they've got wire on the inside and you can really easily wrap a cable and keep it under control. If it wasn't for these, I would never be able to find a specific cable. Y'all know I love my cables. If you don't want to go out and buy these cord control little guys, you can totally do the same thing with a twist tie that you use for regular grocery bags, or even the bigger ones that you use for like the outside grocery bags, or even a rubber band. I have rubber bands on a few cords. I hope that was helpful and helped you to figure out what to buy or DIY at the end of your organizing journey. Let me know if there's anything that you've purchased or made for your home that took your organization game to the next level. Let me know down in the comment below. Okay guys, I hope you're having a great morning, great afternoon, great evening, wherever you are, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Clover says, why haven't I gone out for a walk yet? Why are you so busy, Mama? Why are you so busy? Take me for a walk. Do you want to go outside? Do you want to go for a walk? Yeah? Do you want to go for a walk outside? Okay, let's go. Let's go, buddy. Let's go.